If you guys have been recently watching my channel, you guys know that I own 25 cars. If you haven't given that video a watch yet, the video looks like this on YouTube. I highly recommend you check it out because that will keep you up to speed with everything that I have and what I want to sell. It was important to me to make that video for you guys because I kind of wanted to keep you guys up to speed with everything that I own. And sometimes it is a little overbearing, especially for me. And that video kind of helps me get my head on straight, kind of helps me restart and exactly what I want to keep and what I want to sell. Now behind me right here is my 2009 Nissan 370Z. This car has been a gem to me, all up to about 2 years ago where I had to do an engine swap and I did a couple things wrong and this thing never ran right again. Now this car was unfortunately on the chopping block for cars to sell solely because I don't need so many drift cars, but I can't get myself to sell a junk car, so it is our mission in today's video to try to get this thing running. And as you can see, it's outside. Did it work? But how easy was it to actually fix this car? The truth is, I have no idea because that intro was filmed at the very end of this build. Right now, it's currently 1:08, Friday, September 19th, and I want to try to get this running. I am so in the dark, I haven't even opened the box for the harness yet, so let's get to that. Ugh. All right. Good news is, we have the mystery box now. I'm assuming it's the engine harness, the ECU, the ignition barrel, everything that I would actually need to fix this car. So let's open it up. Yeah, it's looking good. First things first, we have, this might be the body control module because it's kind of small. And then we have an ECU right here, which I assume, you know, body control module small on the ECU. That kind of makes sense. Oh boy. This doesn't make me too excited. A little motherboard with a plug. Man, he really sent me everything. Holy cow, we have the whole engine harness. I think there's the body harness in here. All right, we're gonna spread this thing out real quick and see what we're working with. And what have we gotten ourselves into? Oh, not bad. So this is the firewall. That's the ECU plug. Okay, I'm liking this. Loose wires, love that, love that. That looks like the body control module plug right there. Not bad. I kind of know what we're doing. Kind of. So as you can see, we have the engine harness all laid out. Now it actually doesn't look bad at all, just having it laid out on the ground. Now he also sent me the body harness. I don't think we really need to do this because I never touched the body harness at all. I kind of just took the engine out, the 370Z engine with the harness, and then I put a G37 engine in to the car with the harness. Now, if you have no idea what's going on right now, let me catch you up to speed. It's got a hood prop. Okay, so I've had this car for a very long time. This car I owe a lot to because it taught me so much in drifting. I did my first drift week in it, and like, this was overall, at that time in my life, my favorite car, dude. This thing was indestructible. I've probably been through hundreds of tires with this car, thousands of miles. I've driven it to Florida. I've went all around in Drift Week, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. I think I was even in Texas with this car. You name it, I've probably been there with this 370Z. So it is special to me, but ever since I blew up the engine from doing something stupid like this,
he's not done! Let go!
literally blew up the car. I swapped the engine, I put a G37 engine in with the same harness, and turns out that's a big no-no because as soon as I did that, it was in limp mode forever. This car actually hasn't run good in about like 2 years. 2 or 3 years to be exact. And this isn't like a project that like I swapped the engine, it didn't work and I gave up. No. We changed OEM crank sensor, OEM cam sensor, we changed the throttle pedal, we changed both throttle bodies. We took apart like the harness and we dielectric greased in it to try to get a better connection. We've wiggled everything, we've moved everything, we've read every code, and nothing has fixed this. But until we finally figured out that we have the wrong engine harness, solely just because I didn't know. It's my mess up, it's okay, but today we're here to fix it. So now that you're caught up to speed on my 370Z, let's get to work. Step number 1 is we just have to rip this engine harness entirely off and start swapping a new one. So the teardown begun. I'll be honest, I kind of just woke up this morning. I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to get this thing running today. I was really ambitious after making that video talking about the 25 cars that I have and the ones that I want to sell. And I figured like, hey, the ones I want to sell, they kind of need some work. So I just wanted to get right into it. You guys know what we're trying to do now. So that's what we're doing. So I just started mindlessly taking things off. And as you can see, we got the intakes off and things like that. And so far, it was looking pretty freaking good. All right, so we got the strut brace off, we got the intakes off, so now I want to dive a little deeper because it seems like the wiring harness goes underneath the intake manifold and things like that, and I want to make this as easy as possible. Now, sometimes it's smarter to take apart more than you would think, so the job is just easier. You have more room, you can see more, you can access more, and considering we're going to be all around the engine, I think it's a smart move to definitely take the intake manifold off and just slowly start digging into this thing. So with that being said, let's continue to strip. On the 370Z, there is so many freaking hoses on the intake manifold, for the coolant pipes, for the throttle bodies. There is so many. So we kind of just started there. And after that, I started just yanking off the intake manifold, as you can see right there. I thought this part was crucial because I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just kind of yanking and pulling and doing what I do. Nice. Intake's off, boys. Let's go. So I didn't really know when I was actually going to get the intake back on, so I just put some paper towels here to ensure nothing got in the engine. All right, now that we got the intake off, I'd be lying to you if I said I knew exactly what I was going to be doing next, but I think I'm just going to rip the harness off, you know, fake it till you make it, you know, just one plug at a time. It's just a car. It's just nuts and bolts, a couple plugs and a couple brittle ones, you know, how bad can it be? So I'll probably actually work my way from here because we got two grounds, and then this looks like you can unplug it all, and then it's just going to start swinging around. That looks like it goes right into there. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the injector plugs. I don't know if that's a sub harness or what, but that looks like a nightmare. We will figure out that when the time comes, but for now we're gonna start there. I told you I didn't know what I was doing, so right, I just made that last clip. I was like, yeah, so this is gonna wrap around here. This is literally just the ground strap that goes from here to here. So I'm telling you, I don't really know what's going on, but I mean, hey, it's just nuts and bolts and we're gonna figure it out. So let this be motivation for you if you guys have a project that you've been skimping out on, if you guys have a project that you're stressed out about. It's just nuts and bolts. Take it one day at a time. We're gonna get out of this tunnel together. This is the clip I realized that this engine harness has actually never been taken apart on this engine because all of the clips were still OEM and they were so brittle and hard to get. Like, this actually took me quite a bit to just kind of break the clips off and try to get them off without breaking any actual plugs or anything like that. Although we were changing the harness, it's good practice to try to take an engine harness off the best that you can. But you can see here, the struggle was real. Some of these plugs were so hard to get to. My fingers hurt so bad. And like I said, I wasn't trying to break any plugs. I was really taking my time, just trying to get every single angle that I could to try to be most comfortable. There was a couple plugs that were so freaking hard that I just couldn't take anymore. I was actually getting pissed. So that's when I decided to. Well, like everything when it comes to cars, this thing is a son of a bitch right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take a break from the top. I'm gonna lift it up because the only thing I have right now is some plugs behind the engine and it is impossible to get them unplugged. Whatever that thing is in the back, that solenoid thing, I don't even know what it is, but that thing, oh, I can fucking fight it, dude. Hate it. But yeah, we're gonna go up and start unplugging things from the bottom. Ugh. Alright guys, so I got the O2 sensors unplugged, the crank sensor unplugged, but I found a bolt that's holding the harness in the back of the engine. And they like putting these bolts in fun spots. Let me tell you, this is a good one. Oh, fuck off. Come on! I feel like I'm pulling a trans, but I'm getting one bolt out. Oh my god, dude, that one was a nightmare. We got it though, Jesus Christ. I thought it was stripped, but the impact socket was just too wide to get on it. This is our corporate right here, baby. Culprit, sorry, Rudnickism. Look at this fucking tool we had to use. Woo! All right, so I think I got enough things unclipped from underneath. I don't see anything else. I got the two in the front. I got some on the side. I got some in the back. I got the trans. I got all of that stuff. So we're gonna go back down and see if we have any more wiggle room for the injector plug, and there's a couple like cam sensor plugs back there that are fun. Oh, also I lied. I haven't even seen the starter. I don't even know where the starter is on this car, but yeah, we definitely need to unhook that as well. So here I gave a couple more attempts at doing the plugs that I just couldn't get to, man. There are so many plugs here that was so difficult that I actually ended up just deciding to vacuuming the cowl because that had to come off because I literally couldn't unplug any of these freaking sensors in the back. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take a break. Let me take the windshield wipers off, which, shocker, was also a nightmare because they've never been taken off. But we got some lube in there, and you know when you lube something up, you're going in for sure. So with getting the wipers off, I was actually ready to start ripping and tearing once again. And after that, once I had more room, everything started to go a lot smoother. I was able to get a lot more stuff off. And sooner or later, we were actually able to just start pulling the harness out. The hat is off. You know we mean business now, but I ended up taking the cowl off and stuff because the back of the engine is just quite fun. So I tried to move everything that I could, and I unplugged the ECU from inside the car. So now we're just gonna peel up these plugs here, one by one. Just like that. So now, at least we have the engine harness unplugged from the car. Now we just need to get it unplugged from the engine. So yeah, it's just one step at a time, and this harness is almost out. All right, boys. Well, the fight is officially over. We got the harness out of the car. Look at this. Look at this bad girl. Oh, I guess it's not. I jumped the gun. I'm sorry. But it's pretty much there. I just got to take that off, and we'll be good. But hey, come on. We're almost there. Well, if you see behind me, we actually officially got the harness out this time. So now that the harness is out, we get the fun part of putting a new one back in. I think that's going to be the hard part. Maybe not, because now it's just plug-in. You just got to really make sure that it's ran the right way, because I'm not too worried because all wires have like the perfect distance to be able to plug in. The concern is obviously that there's a lot of plugs that are kind of the same plug. But once again, if you just route it right, then we won't have that problem. Let's see if I can do that. All right, guys, so before I put the harness in, I wanted to take the body control module out because it was literally right there. And once I put the harness in, it'll kind of be in the way. So this is the old one. This is the new one. And pretty much we're trying to replace everything. So all of these modules came out of the same car. So that means if I do everything right, we can actually use the key that came with the whole thing. So we have to change the body control module. We have to change the ECU. There is, this is to plug the key in, and then there's also an antenna right here for the key, and then whatever the hell this thing is. I don't know what this thing is yet, but we'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, we're gonna put this in the car now, plug that in, and then we can actually get the harness on. All right, so I fast forwarded a little bit. I actually just got the harness pretty much all wired up. All I need to do is take the towels out of the intake ports and then put the intake on and then kind of plug everything in. We changed the body control module. I still need to change the ECU because this is actually for 2019 Nismo, this harness. So it's important that we change the body harness and the ECU. And also, this is a wideband system now, so my O2s that I have in the car will no longer plug in. But we're getting the part numbers for those. We're going to order the right ones, and unfortunately, it's not going to run great tonight. But, one, it might run. I think it needs a starter. Maybe we can just hit it with a hammer and get it to work for a little bit. But, yeah, I'm really excited. It was a lot easier actually putting on than it was to take off. So, pretty happy with how everything is going. Now we just need to finish it up. So we're going to get the intake on, we're going to get all of that plumbed in, and then we should be ready to rip. All right, boys, well, this is it. Dan, you ready?
I'm old.
This is, we may have fixed the Z in one day. So this is a new harness, so we need to get new O2 sensors and things like that, but it should fire without that. But everything is now plugged in, and all of the grounds are back in, all of that is looking good. We changed the ECU, the body control module, and there was another box that Dan changed, and then I just changed the key module as well. The only thing that we haven't done is this, and that's solely because I just don't know what this thing is. So we're just going to try to see if it runs without that, and we're going to see. You ready? Watch it just like fire right up. I'd shit myself, honestly. Uh-oh, it's detecting no key.
That's what I said. Do we need a battery and key?
No key. No key. We have no key.
We'll be right back.
All right, so we just changed the battery in the key. We just pressed the button. It immediately started priming, and it cranked a little, but our battery's a little dead. Shocker. So we're putting a jump pack to this thing, and we're gonna see what happens. I think we need that. I think we need this plugged in. So we just have to figure out, so this is like part of like your immobilizer, so we just have to figure out where this goes, and it should start up. Well, boys, I absolutely tried my best tonight to get this thing running, but in old Z fashion, she's gonna need a good old scan, and it needs like a relearn because for some reason the immobilizer is still not working. We think it's because of that motherboard that we have, and we just can't plug it in because it's the wrong plug. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Actually, our neighbor has a scan tool, and he's gonna be here on Monday. So I'm just gonna let this project go. And I have Theo's bachelor party this weekend anyway, so this was the only day I had to work on it. But great progress. I'm really happy. We ended this video till we're driving this on the street.
Several days later.
We have finally finished the 370Z. Well, not 100% completely finished, but you can hear it is running. We are still waiting for our widebands and our O2 sensors to come in the mail, but I do want to test out the car. It has officially been like 2.5 years since we've actually properly drove this car. So let's hop in the car right now and let's see if it works. All right, boys, let's see if it's in limp mode. You ready? Oh, there it is. It went all the way to 7,000 RPMs. I'm gonna try to talk a little loud because this car is loud right now. We still have a decent amount to fix, but for now, let's just hope she runs good. Probably should test the brakes first. Okay, I think we're back. I know I've only done one pull, but keep in mind this car was always in limp mode. And the fact that this doesn't have O2, so obviously it's probably just on like a base tune or something. This is looking promising now. It spun, dude. It spun first. All right, I think that's the O2 sensors. I think the O2s are pissed. I think the O2s are pissed for sure. Oh, it's not happy. It's not happy. I think the car needs O2s. Oh no, it died. Oh no, it died. Oh, come on, bitch. Oh, it's not happy. God damn it, I hate my life, dude. Why? I'm going down the hill. I'm going down the hill with no power steering. Oh, this is a disaster. This is not what I wanted. We're getting closer though. It never did that before. Definitely getting closer. I'm really curious to know what the codes are. Something's dragging on the ground. All right, let's see if we can pop start this bitch. Come on, come on! All right, false alarm. I was really scared we weren't gonna make it, boys. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, Dan was coming to get me. He was coming to the rescue. We figured it out though. Well, kinda. Oh, shut off. No power steering. Fuck. Oh. Oh. Back to the drawing board. Well, guys, the test drive didn't go as good as I anticipated. I'm gonna be completely honest, but I guess it kind of makes sense considering it is on a stock ECU. We literally have no O2 sensors plugged into this car right now. They are just open holes. I'm waiting for them to come in. But I did want to clarify something. I kept calling this the body control module, and that is actually false. This is the VVL controller, and this is what controls your VVL solenoids. And it actually turned out that this ended up being bad, this one right here. So when we replaced the other one and we spent hours and hours and hours on a really fancy scan tool, reprogramming a key, making everything kind of work with each other, we finally actually ended up getting this thing started, and as you can see, it is running. Now, it's not running great, But I did say we do need to do the O2s and we do need to do a couple more things. But I will be honest, I'm very happy that I pushed myself to get this thing out of storage and actually get this thing properly running again. The series isn't over. The series isn't over until we actually bring this car to Englishtown and drift it and prove to everyone and prove to the world that this is a functionable driving car once again, and we are not gonna stop until we reach that. So I wanna thank you guys for watching this video. This is a step in the right direction. I have someone actually looking at my M2 and the Driveway Boys KA today. I did mean it when I said I wanted to sell some stuff and start finishing the projects that really matter. So I appreciate all you guys for being here. Definitely subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.